What's going on, YouTube? Earth Power here with CVH.
Hey, guys.
And he's on Skype. So, be prepared for more choppy audio and my computer to take flight.
Wow, that's actually really loud.
You can hear that?
Yeah, I could.
Okay. Oh man, tell people what we got, CVH.
I actually have no idea what we got. Why don't you tell them, Carl?
You can see the screen. Look at the top.
I know, but nothing's happened yet. It's the title. Okay. So we have Light Dark Kalima Control versus Mono Nature Midrange. You can see the deck profiles for both these decks on the channel as well. Is this the loser's bracket, Carl?
This is the beginning of the loser's bracket. Both these decks are 0-1, fighting for their life in this tournament. The winner of this will go on to play Light Water Dark Tempo for its spot in the
deciding
playoffs.
match for the group.
Yes.
But the loser of this is just straight up out, so hopefully whoever you're cheering for doesn't lose, because it's the last you're going to see of that deck, whichever one it is.
Poor thing.
Yeah. So I'm on the playing Kalima this match, because I'm playing Kalima because the black sleeves. I thought it was a cool deck. Really wanted to get my hands on it, literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
How did you think about this matchup, Carl?
Well, I mean, again, we've said this in all the other videos thus far, but we played this bracket. This is the second run-through of this bracket. And the first run-through, Kalima narrowly took it over Nature. So now we're running it back. We've got both these decks pretty much figured out for the most part of how to actually play both of them. So,
yeah, we read the cards, we forgot.
Yeah, so I was always behind. We found out, even in the first game, or in the first bracket when we did this, because these two decks got paired up. I'm not sure if it was this or if it was the deciding match for the bracket the first time we did it. But we found out that if I summon an evolution, Kalima can't really do anything about it until turn 7. So...
Yeah, that's fair to an extent. There's a lot that needs to go right for Kalima deck to keep up, and the only thing that really needs to go right for the Nature deck is just draw a Nature thing, and then draw a large Nature thing to put on top of the first Nature thing. And that's already, a problem. I have to Mesmerize here, and I can only get rid of one thing. And, I'm definitely going to need to put a Slayer on the board, immediately. And even if I do that, the problem with Anjek is I can kill Anjek, but it goes to mana, and it brings something else out, and it just sets him up to play another evolution. So it's I can have one answer or two answers, but at the end of the day, it's more likely that he has an additional threat than me having another answer. Yeah. And Kalima answers, a ton of things, but it's also 10 mana. And I don't have ramp, and he has ramp, so it's going to be an uphill battle, I think. And I really did think it was Kalima favor, just because I probably am always biased to the control decks.
And now, I have to take a look at something. Hold on real quick. We're going to lose picture for CVH real quick. I'm pretty sure it'll still keep recording, but...
Could have just done it, because, that Mesmerize, I was stressing about that. I think we actually had a discussion on what the correct thing to pick was, and I think we figured it out. I think Volderfist is just, the thing that kills me. Or Rule Core, yeah. Rule Core just, if you get that off, immediately when you attack, I just get so far behind. It just goes into the same principle of too many threats.
Yeah. that was the thing, you were saying, if you kill Anjak, then Rule Core is the thing that comes down next. So getting rid of one of the two was correct there.
Yeah, you had a Great Claw for sure. And, Great Claw by itself, even though it ramps you, I can kill that one. I knew I had an Underworld Stalker, I can kill that one. But then, the problem is you play Anjak, and I have to take an entire turn to replay the Underworld Stalker, and I'm pretty sure by that point I'm just going to be out of shields, or down to, 0, or 1, yeah. Obviously, 0 is the same thing as not having them.
Yeah, and that's what we figured out.
Slow.
And maybe, CVH, your internet's better on your end. I'm not sure if we've uploaded the deck profile for this yet, but in the deck profile, I know we talked about the fact that Kalima really doesn't have any plays on curve the next, 2 turns.
Yeah, I don't need to look at the deck profile to tell you that the curve is a little bit strange. You need the early game, and you need the late game, but you also need it to be 40 cards. So what you wind up cutting in Kalima is the mid game.
Yeah, and I think I actually did upload the Kalima deck profile, because I remember talking to Mark about this. We commented back and forth on one of the videos. I'm not sure if it was a match or the profile or not. But we talked about cards like Hydra Medusa, and there was another one.
Yeah, Medusa was an oversight. I'm pretty sure Medusa is half the reason we put scavenging in all these lists. By itself, it's pretty mediocre against any non-aggro deck, but with Medusa, all of a sudden it makes sense to, I played it on turn 2, and looking back on it, that's just probably wrong. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I can't validate that. It's just not correct.
Yeah, that's a shame. I know he was talking about Repulse too as a sort of like in between, which I'm still on the fence for. Like, you know,
No, I'm pretty sure he only liked Repulse because he couldn't play Andromeda in Standard. Like, I would play Repulse in Standard if I didn't have Andromeda because you can't win without Shield Game.
Yeah,
But I mean, if you have Andromeda, you just play the Andromeda.
I mean,
think. There's better things to play on turn 5.
We can probably just discuss like the idea behind Repulse too, because I'm pretty sure we just have the time, and I think I'm just dirtling until I get an Evo. But like Repulse here, like could actually be pretty good because like say I break it in any of these other shields, like you just get an additional shield out of it, and you get to stop an attack. Like that's pretty important.
If I was gonna like pick a card as a blast that would also like give me like some sort of mid game, I think Panic and Disorder would be like the spell if I had to choose a spell.
Also,
like if I already have Andromeda.
You're right. Is Panic and Disorder a shield blast though? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like 5 mana. It better be a shield blast. That's a ton.
Yeah. Again, that's another one of those like mid-game cards that I think was just an oversight because you've got cards like Targusher and Underworld Stalker that you just can't make live without tap.
Yeah, if I had to redo it, the first thing would definitely be 2 Medusas though. Like that's just instant. Like they should just be in there. Like maybe you cut a Trox too. Just run one Trox. Like Medusa's so good, man. It's just so good.
It is. And it's a shame that we just, like, you know, completely butchered this deck on both runs.
I knew it too, Carl. I knew it was good, Carl, and I just ignored it. I knew Medusa was good because we played that in Blurple.
Well, I mean, like, we just sort of didn't, you know, we sort of half-assed putting these decks together, you know, at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, we fixed most of them in the second round. Like, we put the Sophilias in tempo, and, like, at the very least, we learned how to play the other ones better.
Yeah.
Like, Kalima's a deck, but me and you, like, literally played one time in all of our competitive Kaijudo careers, like, in that one KMC, and our decks were terrible.
Well, you played it at Champs.
Oh, yeah, but my deck was even worse than the terrible KMC deck. Like,
yeah.
We never got it right, Carl.
You're right.
And we could have gotten it right here, but we just didn't. We got close, though. I think we got a lot closer than we had.
Well, I mean, from the way things look, it's like you might actually... Yeah. We got a game here.
Yeah, like Medusa's not going to make the deck infinitely better, but I'm just saying it could have been better. Medusa would have helped there.
It'd have been cool to do something with that Underworld Stalker that can kill a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be the change if we wind up doing this again in a year. Like if Kalima makes the cut again, I think we just have to put tap cards on it.
Yeah, Medusa's in some tap. I don't know what tap. Maybe just Panics. I don't know, something.
Maybe Panics, Storm Spark, perhaps.
I would like a Lyra over a Storm Spark, but then we have to wonder about the amount of light cards. Probably 4 is fine. 2 Andro, 2 Lyra. I'd be okay with that.
Well, I think
Lyra's another one of those cards that's just way too good.
It is, and I think Storm Spark was an oversight for the majority of this tournament too. I think that's
I don't know. I thought it was okay. I thought it should have been in the pile.
Yeah, no, it 100% should have been.
I argued for it, but then Spencer was like, we don't need it. And then I was like, okay, well, you're gonna play the deck, and then he just wasn't there to actually play the deck. And I remember like remembering one time, and I was like, wow, I don't have a Storm Spark to search for. This is kind of unfortunate because I just don't have 10 extra mana for casts. All the time.
The one pass. Hey, look.
Storm Spark is always underappreciated.
I might win this game.
Yeah. Turns out Anjak breaks the stalemate. I mean, Kalima breaks the stalemate too. But it's 10 mana, like I think I've said.
And you're still 2 turns away. Hey, look,
yeah,
you can't tear pit the...
I don't even know if I have another one.
No, you can't tear pit the turnip, so there we go. Hooray for non-interactive things.
Yeah, it's not Turnip's fault though.
Nah.
It's kind of Turnip's fault.
It's a little bit Turnip's fault. So yeah,
the card by itself is okay.
So yeah, that was the realization, going into this match the second time, was that if I just summon a bunch of big Evos, you have a problem with that. Yeah.
And you run 12 of them, so the odds are in your favor.
I just can't remember, the first game, why it was so close.
That one? That was the first game.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. The first time we did this, the first time we did the bracket before we scrapped everything.
I really don't know. I mean, I think if you just draw nuts, and anything can beat anything for a game. Maybe that's what happened. Just drew the nuts, fair. Double Mesmerize, and you didn't see a Broodmother. That'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. I think that's actually what happened.
Nice. I mean, the deck is actually just fucking trash if you take out the Broodmothers, and I'm sorry for my language, but I have to get the point across. That Broodmother would just make strategies that would otherwise just be absolutely garbage.
We're not trying to impress anybody here. The only people who are watching this channel are, either the really ignorant people or the people who were like completely on our side for like trashing wizards. So.
Oh well, then either way, that the fact remains that Broodmother. You can argue it for it being good card design and bad card design, but it just makes decks that would otherwise have been terrible, like very, very good. Like maybe just dominant in the meta, like to the point where you just don't play spells ever because it's that good.
No, you're right. Let's just make water, not a thing that needs to be played for decks to have a hand, Yeah,
I mean the only reason you played water ever was because of, like Finbar and Piercing Judgment. Piercing also was the only spell you played ever.
Yeah.
Post Broodmother.
It
was just PJ and the one bottle in open.
Was it really? Were those the only spells?
I don't know, man. My Light Water Dark Tempo deck's down to 1 Terrapit. And if we keep going, I'm just going to be out of spells. Well, I mean, in open you have Bone Blades, but like in standard, there's just nothing else. Like, you just play Piercing and that's it, I'm pretty sure. Well, like, you have Terrapits, but why? Like, who the fuck cares about Terrapit? It costs so much.
Well, I think the idea of standard was, let's just make creatures the thing. Like, it was all about battle cries and getting in there with big creatures.
Yeah, I mean, like, when I played the Light Water Blocker deck, I'm pretty sure my only spells were just Piercings. That was it.
Well, Wizards...
Oh, no, I ran that one. I won the blue draw spell, but, like, whatever.
Wizards tried to say that, though. It's like they wanted a game where it's just, we want to swing our dicks around. Like, we just want to summon creatures back and forth and just watch each other throw haymakers.
Like, well, I mean, I like that to an extent, but I think we saw in Standard what happens when it just takes over. And maybe they were going to fix it in, like, the future sets in the block, where, like, the layer of strategy that playing a timely spell adds
Christian,
is
the
back.
Cards just kept getting bigger.
I know.
Did you not see the Eye of the Storm preview card for that Tatsurion?
Man,
it had over 20,000 power.
I know, but Piercing Judgment objectively was like the best card in the game, so we just needed more high utility spells like that were just completely off the wall bonkers.
20,000. That is a number that was in the game, or was destined to be in the game.
I think that's okay, honestly. I don't know if that card would have been good. Who knows? But I think that's fine, to just have one minion that's like bigger than everything else that was printed. And it has to be Tatsurion, because that's like the namesake of the show that died.
I still haven't watched any of Season 2.
You mention that every video.
I don't know how I watched all of Season 1.
Ooh, Icar Spider value.
Oh yeah, you did that.
Yeah. I'm gonna answer your 8,000 power beat stick with a death rattle that brings something else back with my little 2-for-2 blocker.
Yeah.
Which also just can't attack. And if it happens to win a battle against a Blaze Belcher, it'll just die. It's like, oh god, I did something value. I'm just gonna kill myself.
What a shame.
Poor little Icar Spider. At least, like, it's kind of reasonable here. Like, I could have lost more shields, but I didn't. Because you're playing that thing that has 2,000 power and you can't attack with it.
Oh shit, I summoned the 5-drop on turn 4 because of the fucking thing. That was cool.
You did.
I didn't even notice that.
But my Icar Spider answered it perfectly.
Answered it?
Answered it.
It Hansel and Greteled it?
Enhanso Icar Spider.
Hooray.
Do I have a hand? I have a hand. Okay, it's just down in defeat. I'm already lost. I'm like very upset right now.
Yeah. We realized how polarizing this match was.
Yeah, it's really not fun. Because we played.
I thought you were just gonna end with that.
No. I was trying to think how to word it. But like Kaijudo's fun, obviously. But like when you played enough of like a matchup, like we had forgotten how these went. Like we thought some decks were better in some situations than they actually were. So like when we started like warming up and getting a handle on them again, like sitting through the match after you already kind of know how it's gonna go is actually just not okay when you're on one of the other sides. Like it's just not fun at a point. But like we're getting there. Rule core's down. It's gonna cycle. I think you actually whiffed. Do you whiff on one of these? On like one of the effects? Not this time, I think.
I do. I think I whiff on roll core here. No, I got an Evo. I don't know what I got, but I got one.
I think it was maybe even another rule core, or it looked foil. Maybe it was a Folder Fist. It was good. It was a good thing.
I whiffed on a rule core at some point. So if you guys can't figure it out, there's only like 2 minutes left in this video. And,
oh my god, a spell did something.
Oh shit.
That's like the only situation Terrapit's good, which is really sad.
Wait, you only have 6... Oh, you got it in a blast.
I think when Kaijudo first came out, I wrote like a whole article on why I love Terrapit, and it was my favorite card ever, and like, even Duel Masters. I was like, yeah, it's so versatile. It really rewards the player who holds it for the right time and plays it on the right thing, and it really punishes the player who like squanders it and just manas it in certain matchups. But like Kaijudo turned into you mana the Terrapit every single time. You have to get it in shields. Also, it's pretty fucking obvious what you're going to Terrapit every time. So, there was really no more thought. You just Terrapitted whatever was going to kill you if you didn't pit it.
Oh, man.
You held it only until you had 7 mana, and then you used it immediately. Or you Finbarred, and then you won.
Because
What did you
Finbar
play?
happened before. I played a hexproof guy and the one that has mana.
Ooh, did you do that? No, never mind. I was thinking about the reduction card, whatever it's called. I forget.
I think I just Great Horned and didn't get a mana. I'm pretty sure that's what I just did.
Oh, Great Claw? Yeah, I mean, you just unleashed, right? No, you're still... I'm still thinking about whether I block, right? Or nah. No, I think yeah.
No, you're thinking about whether or not to block the Brood Bomb.
Yeah, but you don't need the mana.
Yeah, I didn't.
We both know. Because I think you have a Boulder Fist, and no matter what you draw, it's going to be mana.
I just unleashed and didn't get a mana. What the fuck?
I mean, if you're going to 8 next turn anyway, it might actually be right
Yeah.
to not get the mana. Maybe you realize that.
I mean,
I don't know.
I can't draw a multi-civ.
Well, I can't play shit this turn, Carl.
You're right.
I'm at 7. That's the worst.
That's actually...
I guess I can Trox, right? Trox is something.
Nope, you can
I
Ichor
have a fucking Ichor Spider. Why is that not a Trox?
Oh man, you can't kill Brood Mom, and I have a big guy.
Yeah,
Here
and
it
I
comes.
knew you had it, right? I'm pretty sure that's the one you got.
Yeah, I got it back with Muktak.
Okay.
Muktak.
Yeah, that card is really good
Yeah, it is.
for this deck.
Here it comes. Oh!
Oh, all my things are in mana. Now I have mana.
Hooray!
You give this to me before.
What a game.
Yeah. So not super unexpected there.
Yeah, Mono Nature moving on to play against Esper. So,
It was really disappointing that Kalima kind of didn't have a good showing, because the first time we did this bracket, I don't know if we've mentioned this yet, but it did make it out of groups, albeit with like a 1-1 record, because Dragon's 2-0'd. But Kalima did escape the groups the first time,
it did.
and it just couldn't this time.
Nope. Struggled. Well, I want to add at the end of this, we just hit our 800th video on the channel mark.
My god, Craigasm.
So,
Carlgasm.
I think we should have ourselves a little contest. So, CVH and I are going to figure that out after this video, because otherwise we'll just be freestyling in this one and telling you guys things that probably just won't come to fruition. So stay tuned for the video coming up right after this, where CVH and I are gonna, try to come up with a little contest for you guys and some neat little giveaways.
Woo!
So stay tuned for that. Check him out on Twitch and Twitter
Indeed.
at IamCVH. Go follow the Facebook page for all the updates on the channel as we get closer and closer to the playoffs for this.
And the grand finale.
Yeah. It's coming up, all right. We only got one more match in bracket B, and then the playoffs. So stay tuned for all that mess, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peach.
Peach.